are you accusing the U.S. Attorney of?
Well, I'm accusing the U.S. Attorney of harassment of a good man.
Right, what has he
If
done?
he's got some basis for what he's done, he better start telling us. But we don't know what it is. We know he spent a lot of time and a lot of money of the FBI and of his office for 18 months and hadn't told the public anything about it yet. We also know that there are real problems. I mean, apparently the only affidavit we've seen has false statements in it. It certainly appears to. That's worse than sloppy. We'll have to have an investigation to see what's behind all of this. And just the very apparent insignificance of what they're talking about. Even they say, as I recall in the affidavit, they say the first time around no one asked for any money, no money transferred. So here they're apparently using an informant, which is poison. I mean, there's nothing that corrupts a human being more than becoming an informant, you know. They claimed initially that he volunteered, but then it appears that he didn't volunteer. He was enlisted by the U.S. Attorney. We'll find out these things. At the very least, they've gotten themselves in a very dangerous situation. If we want to respect the rule of law, it has to be respectable and it has to be seen to be respectable. And it has been seen to be disrespectful for the rights of a very fine American who has labored for 40 years plus to help the poor here in Boston.
Yes.
Yes, he has.
What do you think the motive is, sir? What do you think the motive is?
Well, the motive has to be to enrich the rich and impoverish the poor. I mean, that's been the course of this country for too long. That's why you reduce taxes on the rich and you spend billions on war, and you find you've got to provide $700 billion, as I mentioned earlier, for banks and insurance companies that have been selling homes to people who couldn't afford the mortgages. It's a cruel thing to take a home away from people. We've been taking them away right and left, homes they may not should have ever had. But
Do you think it's politically motivated or racially motivated?
both. Both.
How so? What makes
But
you say
above
that?
all,
Why do you say that?
well, look around.
Take a look.
I mean, we say we ought to be colorblind, but we can't ignore the facts, can we?
Read the comments on Globe and Herald. You see why they
That's
talk
only
about it.
$25,000.
No, the country's,
What happened to the other? Out of $800,000.
You know, we've been assaulting everything I've ever believed in and fought for that's good in this country. Our Bill of Rights, our freedoms, our care for the poverty. To me, the most thrilling opportunity I ever had was what was called the war on poverty.
That's all.
It's a nobler effort that people can make in life. And we need to do that worldwide now when you look at the condition. If you really want to do something about terrorism, we stop just sending guns out and bombing people indiscriminate and all the rest. Start addressing the underlying cause, which is the continuing growth of impoverished communities and the concentration of wealth in fewer and fewer hands, rich countries and poor countries alike.
Right now, brother.
Counselor, do you think that the U.S. Attorney has underestimated you?
I think you can see for yourself.
Right on.
What I'd like to do is to have Steve Kirschbaum of the International Action Center talk about their plans on a national basis.
Thank you, Chuck. We wanted to make sure, as the International Action Center's Boston office, we have offices throughout the country, that we pledge our 100% support. And we will stand with Chuck Turner until this battle is won.
Yes.
All of our chapters are dedicated to make this a national rallying call.
Yes. Thank
It's
you.
about time that we see if the U.S. Attorney's Office, Bush's U.S. Attorney's Office, if the Attorney General, if the FBI are violating by their conduct the constitutionally mandated duties and their oath of office, we're going to make sure they get held accountable. It's about time that we investigate the investigators, prosecute the prosecutors, and the IAC has determined to give 100% support. We tell you to go look at our websites, because throughout the country we will be enlisting support of labor, community, civil rights, activists of every kind to stand with Chuck Turner. Because to stand with Chuck Turner is to stand with a movement for justice. To stand with Chuck Turner is to stand with Roxbury. This, make no mistake, this is an attack on this community in Boston, but communities throughout the country. And we will not allow the grassroots that would be that agent of change that President-elect Obama has talked about to be torn apart by Bush and his gang. We're with Chuck Turner 100%.
Thank you very much. We've got work to do.
Thank you.
Stand with Chuck. 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 All right.